Hey, you, friends, family, and strangers. This morning, about 10-15 minutes ago, I woke up, had a hot shit in the chamber that I needed to deal with right away. So I ran in there, huddled around the space heater, sat down on a cold toilet seat, and just tried to feel whatever warmth I could off the space heater as I dropped a fat deuce. Then I had to clean up, luckily with some baby wipes. And let me tell you, if you live in a house with no water and no heat, baby wipes are a must for getting yourself clean. Then I used about 15 to 20 baby wipes, just diligently over cleaning my hands and each little finger and each little fingertip, the same fingertips that had just went into the danger zone, and cleaned out my Eats crack and my Eatsol and things like that. And I thought, man, this is kind of a struggle, not having the plumbing and running water and blah blah blah. And then I came out here and got some coffee going and stuff like that. And I figured, is this challenge, is this stress, is this daily struggle for basic activities of daily living, is the struggle really effing worth it? And I think it is. Mostly because, well, it's not. But the thing that keeps me going is mostly the fact that you should take a good look at what's behind you. Take a good look. You see this house? One thing that makes my struggle this morning better and okay and more manageable is that there is a chance that today, the day you're looking at right now, today could very well be my last full day here at the house. That means tonight, when I lay my head in that space heater warmed room with the door closed, that could be my very last night sleeping under this roof. There is a significant chance that could be the case. That means there is a chance that tomorrow is the day we get our keys and enter into the lap of luxury. We will go from rags to riches in one signing of one lease. That could very well happen tomorrow in the AM. But as far as today goes, I will take a bucket shower. I will eat off of a paper plate. I will shower out of a bucket, like I just said. And what else? I'm trying to think here. Well, you already know. You've seen it every day. The things I got to do to get by glamping in a house. What's the best way to go camping where there's no water? To have power at least? Yeah, you can have it. You want a tent? You want an RV? How about a whole house? That's what I've been doing, glamping in a 5-bedroom house. Literally for like the last 6 years, because there was always something. At first it was the furnace, no heat. Then about 3-4 years ago, whatever it was, the water went out. That's why there's that giant fucking trench in the front yard. Because every so often, me or an actual knowledgeable person goes out there with some kind of excavator and pokes around and tries to find the water well again. I'd rather that task be left up to whoever is going to buy this fucking dump, okay? But anyways, as far as today goes, we will shower out of a bucket. I will do what I got to do. I'll wash my hands with baby wipes as much as possible, although you never really feel clean. Ugh, right? I would love to shave, but I'd rather wait. I want to wait until I just have like everything I need ready to go. A real place to call home. That'll be nice. But as far as today goes, we'll make the best of it. And also, what we'll do is we'll get the van ready for either tomorrow or 4 days from now. Either way, things are looking like we're finally going to be able to get the fuck out of here. So, my goodness, without any further stalling, gather up your shit and let's do it.
You're a loser.
Hi, sweet dag. Just drinking some coffee. And look, I got some milk out of the hotel cup, dude. Check this shit out. Time to take your morning vitamins, dude. Look. Get all 3 of them in there on the saddle. Heartburns first. Because you don't want fucking heartburns, dude. I got a little fuzzy from the fucking butt wipes on my hand. Alright. Vitamin C next. That's all I want to do is get up and take my vitamins with a glass of cold milk. I don't want to do it out of a little plastic throwaway cup. I want to have a functioning sink. And I want to be able to drink my fucking milk out of a real fucking glass that I can wash when I'm done. Bunch of multivitamins and 1 horse pill. Ugh, it tastes so gross. I like to give it a little splash so it goes down the gullet quicker. And I use milk as my chaser, dude. Whew! Right now I'm just waiting another 8 minutes for my bucket to warm up so I can take me a fucking shower. Wash these ripe ass cherries, dude. You may be talking to me right now on the day that I take my very last bucket shower ever. Now, I said that before. Some bitch, and it blew up in my face. But, what are you gonna do? Quit dreaming? All I got is hope, you know what I mean? Alright, enough dicking around. Let's get this van loaded up. I'm pretty much gonna go through the house. And whatever I want tomorrow for opening day at the apartment, which should be opening day, by the way. If not, there is a possibility that I am 4 more days out, 3 more days out, something like that. But all signs point to yes for tomorrow. And I'm basically going to go through the house. Anything that I want for tomorrow is going to go in this van. And also I need to get like a little reserve of shit ready for in the morning. So I need to leave some stuff in the house, obviously, that I want for tonight's lodging experience. But like the inflate-a-bed and pretty much everything else that I don't need at the moment, I'm going to put in this van. And also leave a little bit of room for me to put my tonight stuff in the van as well to leave out of here with in the mornings. That makes sense? Well, hopefully. Shit, I don't know. I forgot. I need to run to the storage unit here that's closest to the house and probably put some stuff in. And then when I'm done, I will look around in the storage unit to see if there's anything I want for opening weekend at the apartment, basically, is what that bolts down to. So, yeah, I need to kind of go through the house and see what is going into long-term storage now. AKA, the stuff that was in my van while it was parked that never did make it into storage was actually supposed to make it into storage. So I need to figure out what the fuck that shit was and put it in there. Bada bing, bada boom, up the tut with a strut. Baby! I have never once opened this pedestrian walk-through door and reached over here to turn on the light without a creepy feeling over me. Like, where's the mice? Where's the rat? Where's the Mothman? This garage has always creeped me the fuck out. When building a garage, why would you select the door without windows at the top? When building a garage, why would you not place a window there and a back door right there and a nice window there? When building a garage, why would you not throw up a skylight, not a fancy one, just a nice plastic, whatever the hell, latex one or whatever the hell they're made out of that lets in light? When building a garage, why would you not choose to put insulation in place and stuff like that? Or finish it with some nice drywall like this wall has? I don't know, but anyways, what I need out of this garage to keep is really only this. And I would also like to not forget that I have tools in here. These will be helpful at the new apartment. Everything else can stay, as we've already discovered like 10 or 12 videos ago or whatever, where I said goodbye to the house and didn't think I'd ever be back. But of course, I'm cursed to be back for some reason. Like this tote boxes and stuff, these items are garbage from what I can tell. Should I put this out by the road and see if somebody actually wants it? I mean, I probably should, but I'm pretty sure I did that once and it was like sat out there for a week. I can't remember if it was that or something else. I thought I heard a weird noise. But anyways, top-notch accommodations here. Ready to rock. Okay, I think that's it for the garage. Again, part 2 of saying goodbye to the garage is happening now. And yeah, I put the buckets back up there. I don't need them. I think that's it. I may or may not have pissed right here in the garage floor. Not as an act of rebellion, but pretty much just because I needed to piss and I was standing here at the time. So put 2 and 2 together. You do the math, dumbass. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to do, and that's leave a note. Because on this left switch, which goes all the way over here, through this, that's why there's an indicator light right there, all the way right here, and it lands right there where there is a bunch of exposed wire, which doesn't seem to create any problems when I turn it on. However, I'd like to let whoever's going to be in here fucking around, pretending to buy the place, I'd like to let them know that they should not fuck with this until they have an electrician do repair work or whatever. So I wrote on the wall, exposed wire on left switch circuit at garage door. Right up there. And went ahead and left them this note, exposed wire on left switch circuit, do not toggle left switch. I didn't have any kind of tape at all in my possession. It's actually in a storage unit somewhere, my office supplies. So I went ahead and used 2 old nails. Bada bing, bada boom. This piece of paper actually covers the light switch. So whoever's in here has to fucking read this, and hopefully they can. So yeah, do not toggle the left switch, and whatever you do, don't step in my puddle of urine. Ain't been to the storage unit yet. It's been about an hour since we last done spake. Just trying to get stuff gathered up. Going through like I did last time, each individual room of the house. Double, triple checking, make sure I'm leaving nothing behind. And I'm distracted by this phone of mine going off a lot. And my unwillingness to ignore it. So that's on me. But also, the birds and the ducks right outside this front door are being crazy. This one bird over here makes like a wah, wah, wah sound like Wally. And now there's a duck here, but I don't see the duck's mate. So I think that's why he's upset. I think he's looking for his partner, actually. Poor guy. He's like, and kind of like looking at me like, dude, what'd you do to her? I don't have her, buddy. Let me show you this duck again. I don't have her, buddy. You tell me where she's at. I don't got her. I'm trying to get a shot of him when he's honking. But every time I turn the camera on, he stops. It's like he knows my tricks. And he's not going to be my show pony, are you, buddy? You hear that wah-wah over here? That's some kind of bird over here. I don't know what bird makes that noise, but did you hear it again just now? All kind of, oh, he gone. They're so afraid of me, I'm not doing nothing but standing here. But that's probably why they're still alive, because they know to bolt at the first sign of an anomaly. Frank and Lola. I told you he was looking for his girl. And she was probably looking for him too. These two ducks, I shit you not, have been on this property in and out, depending on the season, the whole time I've lived here. And they will probably come to visit the new owner for years and years as well. Actually, what they probably think is, instead of saying I'm going to come visit him, they're probably thinking, why is this asshole at our summer house? What the fuck does he know? There's Frank and Lola. I'm really glad I got to see them before I never come back here, because it was always fun to see them here. There they are. I have been stalling like a mofo, filming ducks and doing video work. Every time I go into my room, I stop and check, see what my computer's doing. It's rendering a video or swapping over files from the camera, whatever. And sometimes that alone takes like 15 minutes. All those clips to import in. But yeah, this crap is going just to the storage unit. And then while I'm there, I'm going to get some shite that I think I might need tomorrow, or at least I'll want to have in case I need it for the new apartments. So yeah, basically I will need to go there and do that. But before I do, I want to at least take some stuff from the house with me that should go into long-term storage. I don't want to like waste a trip. You know what I mean? Gas is expensive, okay? It's hard to focus on moving when all the fire trucks come crashing by and all the critters are being cute little fucking Discovery Nature Channel things, you know what I'm saying? They're coming after me, dude. I didn't pay my fucking taxes on time, dude. That's why you heard the sirens. I can't get nothing done with all of these fucking sirens crashing all around, dude. Alright. All this crap staying here for the night. Tomorrow morning I'm going to try to gather it all up and put it in the damn van and have it ready when I go and sign the lease. And that's pretty much it. The rest of the house is good to go. Like, I'm leaving certain things in the bathroom just in case the inevitable happens. You know, I am cursed to stay in this house. So I hate to say this, but if something happened and I still couldn't get the apartment, even though I can, and I've met all the requirements they've asked, blah, 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 wouldn't be surprised. So I'm leaving my bucket and my camp shower. That's a water heater. That's a fucking camp shower. There's some water here ready to go for flushing the toilet and showering. In the morning, I'd like to take that with me because I don't even have a trash can for the apartment yet. Yeah, I think I got everything. I think we're good, I believe. All this stuff needs to go in the van in the morning, along with this stuff, like there's dishes, toilet papers and things, coffee maker, which is essential for life on the outside of prison, dirty clothes. That would be nice to run some dirty clothes at the new apartment tomorrow. And, you know, there's my airbed back there because I'm not going to move my actual bed tomorrow. Here's Frank and Lola. Even though every time I say hi to them, they take off. Where you guys going? Come on. I'm trying to make a movie magic here with you. All right, fine. So anyways, this stuff can go tonight into storage. And the kitchen as well. Pretty much everything in here can go with me over to the new apartment in the morning. Like, you got to have a lamp. You got to have a random lamp. And you got to have cereal. And, yeah. All this. Tools. Move-in readiness kit tools. And coffee. If I forgot coffee, you know what I would do? I would freaking go to the store, actually. So, not that big of a deal, but still, it seems pretty important. That's it. All right, let's go to the storage unit and put some crap in and look around inside to see if anything needs to come out of the storage unit tonight for going into the apartment tomorrow morning. Finally made it to the storage unit. I feel like every time I come to this particular storage unit, it always sprinkles like it is right now. Starting to rain. It always starts to rain when I'm here. I think I am a bad omen for this place. I don't know. But what do we want? What goes back to the house so we can go to the apartment first thing in the morning? A vinyl record player? Not necessarily this trip. I would love to be able to find my pillows somewhere. I was hoping that was it. You can't even see what I see right now. It's so dark. Anyways, there's the sticker board and my little TV slash what I try to normally use as my computer monitor. Actually, it's this one that I want. All right, I'm going to get to work and I'll see you in 1 second. All right, here's the goal. All that crap I showed you earlier in the house needs to go in what space is left in here. Okay. Let's see if we can pull that off, boys. Oh yeah, I forgot. I want to put all this shit from my car into the van as well. So the house, the van, and the car all in the van for a morning commute, plus whatever I take in the morning as well that I need, like tonight. Like my blankie. And my other blankie that I'm using as a fucking pillow. And my phone charger and my ball sack. It's not a matter of can it all fit. It's a matter of how much tonight do I want to F with versus just coming back and taking another trip to get it. Okay, the time has come again to disconnect the cable boxes. I will not need to use these boxes in the apartment. The new apartment already has their own boxes. I actually have to pay for cable up front included with the rent. Upon paying the rent and having an active account with the apartments, they will give me the Wi-Fi password. Every unit has their own modem and Wi-Fi box. Isn't that silly, friends? Something to do with them getting a discount, but I'm pretty sure it's more something to do with the cable company talking complexes into doing that so they can make even more money and have even more long-term clientele. Instead of a renter having the option to choose what internet they want, we have pieces of shit companies like Spectrum that I have to have because they're the only high-speed internet in this house, in this area. And also, they have entered into contracts with my new apartment. So that is their business model. It's definitely not hinging upon good customer service because I can tell you they don't know a fucking clue about what good customer service even is. But like I say, it's time to turn off the blue lights, most likely forever, as far as this house and me goes. And the reason I'm taking this with me tonight is so that I can remember that I have them. Obviously, I don't want to forget that I need to return Spectrum's equipment. All you have to do is take it to any UPS store, and they scan the shit and ship it on your behest. And it is taken off of what they will charge you. Last but not least tonight, whatever I don't need right now for going to bed and sleeping. Like my blankie being used as a pillow, my other blankie being used as a backup pillow, my mattress and bed, that table, so I can have a place to put my phone and have my charger. I need my space heaters in here tonight. And I need my suitcases, aka these crates. And these crates are pretty much gonna just stay in here. So I think my computer can get put away for the night and locked up and ready for shipment in the morning. This table and this chair can also be put into the van. And I think that'll give me plenty of room for everything I'll need to take off with in the morning. Isn't that exciting? All right, I am now prepared to spend my last night, probably ever, in my bedroom and also in this house. So I put the trash can in here just so I can remember to grab it tomorrow morning. Otherwise, if it's out in the hallway where it was, I'll forget it. I have no trash can for the apartment. So this big ugly thing is actually going in the apartment at some point. Tomorrow or the next day. At least I'll have it with me in the van. I needed to go back out to the van and grab my pop-up dirty clothes because all this is clean, but what I'm wearing will not be. And I don't want to put a dirty shirt back on later in the week because it's mixed in. See, these things are important. I have my old man vitamins, fucking my old man heartburns, my old man water, my old man deodorants. The reason I'm laughing because this scene just looks funny to me. This is what I need to live tonight. Probably not even anything I need, but I just want to make sure in the morning I have the crap I need. I'll do that in my routine. I have all of my life on paper right now that I need to deal with first thing in the morning as I go about starting this big transitional day tomorrow. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. That happened. Clean clothes despite the trash bags. All clean clothes. Dirty ass jacket though. And that's it. So tomorrow, everything in this room, including the table and my totes and my trash can and the hamper, blah, 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 including my blankies, everything will go into the van if it can fit. I'm sure it can because there's still plenty of space. I kind of packed it in that way just in case I needed more space. And I think I did that successfully. The table and everything on it, these two items, boom, boom. And the blankies will go with me in the morning when I leave out of here. The only thing that's staying in this house, in this room, is that mattress, that bed, these space heaters. This room will get even more ugly and empty after tomorrow morning. I'll come back at some point and get my shit. That is my bed. Yeah, because tomorrow night, if all things go well, I'll be sleeping on my airbed in the apartments. Okay? You with me? Who's with me? All right. This, plus what you saw in my bedroom, is all the crap I'm going to take to go sign my lease. This is my life. Most important thing, the coffee maker. Laptop, office supplies, etc. You need a chair. You need clothes. You need a fold-out chair. You need some temporary desks to put in place immediately. We have the sticker board up there. Very important. We actually have a new sticker to add to that sticker board sometime later on. We have an air bed. There's actually underneath that crap, there's actually a flat screen TV, a smaller one, a 32-incher that I like to use as my computer monitor, although I'm pretty sure I don't have the power cable for it anywhere. I have to dig for that, and it's probably going to be a month before I even find it. The vacuum cleaner, of course, because we know cleanliness is next to godliness. And we have whatever the hell's in there, whatever the hell's in there, and whatever the hell's in there. We have these new dust-free shelves. Not new as in I bought them recently, trust me. I haven't been able to buy shit for 2 weeks. That's why I've been on the ramen noodle diet, or as I like to call it, I've been ramen noodling it. So yeah, that's that. And there's plenty of space, right? For the crap that's in my bedroom that I'll be taking out of here with me. And hopefully I can get shit showered and shampooed in the new apartment earlier in the day than not tomorrow before work. Isn't that exciting? You got me? Got my back on that? I can't wait to do like van camping content soon. I want to go camping, guys. I want to go camping in the van, guys. I want to put a bed back here, and because I got those shelves that are like attached, you know, from floor to ceiling. Put all kind of crap up there, all kind of van crap that you really don't need, but you buy just to make your van, or rather camping crap that you don't need, that you buy just to make your like camping trip feel more cozy and romantic. Then we have this, keeping all the creepers out who break into my front porch, aka the cab, and I have magnets and a black curtain to put across that for privacy. So when I'm in here jacking it, taking it to Tuggy Town, no one's going to be watching me except for you. You'll be here, of course. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, friends, we're doing it to it. Hopefully, if I come back here for whatever reason, I can't make this deal happen. I can't say I would be surprised. I may take myself out into the woods and cuss at a tree for a couple days, and you may not hear from me. But hey, if I do have to come back, then at least I have all my shit here in one vehicle to come back with me. Yard? Could this be it? Unlike last time, could tonight actually be the night for real? My last look around in the dark, taking in the sights, the ominous calm now that the highway in front of the property is settled for the night. Is this it? Is this the actual for real this time last tour, the last night? It is certainly scheduled to be the last night here on this property for me. So, if it actually happens this time like it said it's supposed to, then this, finally, is the real 2.0 updated version of the last night I will be living on this property. If something were to happen right now to where the police would have to show up in here 20 deep with body cams running and flashlights on, let's say the neighbors heard something and wasn't sure what the fuck they heard, and they're like, I think it's coming from over there. Whatever the case may be, they had to check on the welfare of someone who might be in here. I don't know. You know what they would do? They would take one look at this house. Then they would find this bedroom with the door closed and the heaters on. And just in this room alone, I'm just double checking that the door is closed because I thought about the heaters being on. And I always like OCD double quadruple check the bedroom door to make sure it's closed so the heat stays in this room. They would take one look at that. They would point
a gun at me, tell me to show them my hands. They would cuff me. Then they would demand to know why I am squatting in this vacant house. I would tell them I own this property, and they would say, yeah, shut up, buddy. You're being detained for questioning, all right? There's no way you own this bit. This house is clearly vacated. You're in here squatting, you motherfucker. That's how it feels. As I was coming back in from showing you the van just now, I was literally thinking, I'm going to record my outro for today's video. I'm going to sit in my chair, lay back in my chair, give you a nice outro, then maybe play Sims, not the Sims, City Skylines 2, my city building game on the laptop until I get good and sleepy. But then I walked into this room and realized, oh yeah, that shit's already packed up and locked up out in the van. So good times. The only thing I have the ability to do tonight is lay in this bed and watch YouTubes or something, Netflix it is, on the phone. And that's it. Hopefully I can actually sleep tonight. Knowing what I get the chance to try to do tomorrow, which is head over to where my apartment's located, pop in, say, guess what? Surprise! Today can actually be the day. Not in 3 more days like we originally thought. Even though I called you a month ago and said it would be on a certain day. Then I said it can't be done. Then I called back and said it can actually happen in like 3 weeks from now. And then you held the place for me. Actually, when I called her again that time to hold it for the second round of holding the apartment, I didn't know she was going to hold that actual unit. But at the time, she was holding it for over a month. On that day, she said, let me just try it. And I think just popping in there and seeing her so often, like, made her think, well, let's just give this guy a chance. I guess I know him by now. Almost like we became neighbors in a way. So she's like, well, I don't want to screw over my neighbor kind of mentality. Because at first she was like, oh, we have rules here. You're fucked, buddy. You fucking loser with bad credit. Eat shit. But I told her, look, I'm trying to get in. I'm trying to make it happen. And I would like literally call her every other day to tell her where I was at. And a couple times there was nothing new to report. I'm just like, hey, are we still holding my apartment? I just wanted to check in. A couple times I would email her, then try to call and confirm what I just said on the email with her. And sometimes didn't get an answer on either one, so would just keep calling like every hour. Finally would get her. This happened a couple different times. And I'd say, hey, I don't know if you got my email or not. The only reason I emailed you is in case I didn't get you on the phone, but just want to double check. Anyways, when she held the apartment for me this second time around, she actually put it in for a hold that would be a month long. And according to her, she was only allowed to do it for 2 weeks. Well, I ended up now being able to move forward on this mess like 3 weeks sooner than that date. So she ended up only having to hold the apartment for 1 week. Do you see what happens when you help somebody out and you give them an upper hand for the first time in a long time? I guess you could say good karma comes back, and you ended up not having the burden of helping them so much. I guess in her case, she'll never get any kind of feedback from her manager, why'd you hold that apartment so long? Because it ended up being only a week. So there. She can say, eat my property managing ass, you manager bitch, superior regional manager over me, who works for a company that owns a shit ton of apartment complexes and probably makes bakoodles and bakoodles of dollars. Friends, I'm done rambling. But anyways, tomorrow should be the day. But should I show you that tomorrow? Or should I give you an I Took a Shit part 11 or whatever it is now, where I'm messing with scammers for like a half an hour? Should I give you 4 days of waterfalls all in one movie experience instead of 4 different episodes? Should I give you that tomorrow instead? Should I fuck with you? Should I make you wait an additional day to see the apartment or to see me fail at getting the apartment? I've had to wait like a month, but you kind of had to wait as well. So what's fair is fair. I should probably make sure I don't leave it hanging for that reason. I should probably throw in something else that delays the story a day, like the waterfall movie, or another messing with scammers video, or another random video, during a time where there's uneventful stuff. I was just testing out an ink pen. Don't worry, I haven't lost it. That's not poop. Even though I struggle to wash my hands properly in a house with no running fucking water. Believe it or not, that makes hygiene tricky at times, and something just shifted, like, did you hear that? Not me coughing, but like right during or after. I hate when that happens. I'll be right back. I'm going to go investigate. Okay. Luckily, the noise was nothing. It never has been anything. Every time I've ever went and checked the house and looked out the back and the front to see why the fuck there's a loud thud out of nowhere. I remember like the first year I moved in here, I was right here against this wall and something was going. Like every 30 minutes at random times. Not like clockwork, but you know what I mean? And it was the dead of winter at that time, and I kept thinking the house is like buckling. The 2x4s are shrinking, and they'll expand later in the spring. But I only noticed it that one winter. But anyways, yeah. I know that it's 99% chance that the noise is nothing I need to worry about. However, I know that if I don't go check, it'll drive me nuts and I'll feel creeped out the whole night if I don't check. So even though it's creepy to check, and my imagination creeps me out while I'm checking on a strange noise, it'll creep me out even more if I don't confirm that the noise was nothing. So this house is across a couple fields from a distribution center, and there are yard trucks that come in and back up and grab trailers, and it goes boom, real loud, and then they take off with them for yeah, does that make sense? Trucks that run just in the yard and move trailers around. Also, there's a train track nearby, and sometimes there's just like a, and I think there's a tornado out there. This has happened the whole 6 years I've lived here. I'll go out there and look, and there's a train, and when you go outside, your ears pick up the train noise more clearly, so you know what that rumbling was. And I go, oh yeah, one day I'm going to get used to that, but you don't. You hear rumbling, and it tricks your brain out, dude. Okay? Anyways, I told you that to include you into tonight's paranoia. So the house is not being visited right now by any entity except for my own paranormal self. And sometimes I made the comment, I feel like I'm just so stuck in this damn house. I feel like I'm just plagued to stay here. Like my spirit will haunt this place one day. I really hope not, because I don't want to be anywhere if I were to stay in limbo as a spirit. I would wander out into the deep blue and stand out on the water. My spirit would just watch ships go by. But I don't want to haunt anyone or bother anyone. I just want to be at peace. I would float up into the galaxy far, far away, and my spirit would just aimlessly search the cosmos looking for heaven. I'm not going to haunt an old school or something. That would be boring. And what the fuck do I care that if I'm a spirit So my ghost moved this. And you're sitting here, you can't see me, but you saw that move and you go, oh my God. Why the fuck do I need to move that? What do I care if this moves around or not? I ain't that kind of ghost is what I'm saying, all right? Anyways, enough of that crap. So yeah, tomorrow, I believe, is the day. But not actually knowing if it happened yet is the part that makes me think it might not happen. I've been trying hard lately to stop talking about what's going to happen and start reporting on what has already happened. So, really, I should have been like, today we're packing up the van in preparation for something I'm going to try to make happen tomorrow, and then that'd be it. And then tomorrow, voila, we're here. I moved into this new place. I still have some stuff back at the house, and then I wouldn't even say that I'm going to go get it later until after I've already got it. You feel me? I'm gonna fuck your grandma and get her pregnant and reverse her menopause. That should not be said. What should be said is after it already happens, guess who's pregnant? With my hideous fucking chud of a child. Your grandma. That's right. It appears we have reversed her menopause. See how that works? It's called reporting instead of foreshadowing. Big difference. Anyways, friends, family, and strangers. I'm going to try to lay here. Probably won't get any good rest because I'm excited. I'm like 50% excited, 50% curious as hell to see how the day goes. Will it be as smooth as I think? Will I be able to go in? My plan is to go into the lease office, say hey to the chick who's been dealing with me for over a month now and trying to get this to happen for me. I'm going to say, hey, today's the day. If you got time, let's do it. I want to sign my lease, and you go ahead and fire off that welcome letter. And whatever the hell else I need to pay that you didn't already tell me about. I'm sure there's like a fucking trash service bill and all this shit you got to pay for as well. I don't have the money for it, but I've done exactly what she told me to do in order to get the keys. So, bitch, give me the keys. I'll sign up all the utilities and shit later, right? Isn't that how you do it? You let the person get in first, and then you give them like a window of time for they need to get signed up for all the bills. Put the power in your name. Put the water in your name. You mean I can live in a place that has functioning water? For the first time in like 4 years? That short circuits my brain. I can't wait to experience that. I don't even know what to do. See, this water had to be brought in on a truck. I don't have to worry about that much anymore, in theory. Hopefully that happens. And then after that, after I go in there and tell her what the hell's up, she's going to give me the exact name to put on the cashier's check and the exact amount to make it out for. I'm going to go to my bank and tell them, you go ahead and put this onto this. I need a cashier's check for this. And then I'll come back. They may say, well, there needs to be a window of time where you've made this last deposit for it to show up in your bank. I believe if it happens like it did last time, that deposit will show up available funds immediately. That's what happens at my bank, at least, when you deposit cash. Cash that was floated to me to achieve this goal weeks earlier by the bank of my mother, who luckily, thank God, asked me enough times, let me help you, to where I didn't feel as guilty admitting that I could really use her help. Because I've told her 1,000 times, I want to struggle until I get out of my struggle. And she would tell me that that's bullshit. You should let me help you. And I said, Mom, I'm almost fucking 40. I feel like a fucking douchebag not being mature and having handled this my own way. But it kind of hit me. I can either start my life now, work it back, or I can start my life later and just be that much more miserable until later happens. It's like having a kid. No year or day or time will be good for having a kid. You're either making a family or you're not. So yeah, the bank of my mom is letting me start my life, which is kind of makes sense because the woman literally started my life to begin with almost now 39 years ago. So I'm gonna take the help this time because this is not a little thing. Like, I don't want help with little stuff because, like, I put all the little things on my plate and I just need to get good at carrying that plate. This is a big thing that I got myself into that I'm going to fix because I know it'll answer all the problems that I need answered in order to fix all the other crap I need to fix. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but in my brain it does, so I'm rolling with it. But I gotta go for tonight. I don't know if I'm actually going to sleep that good tonight because I'm excited to get my life started. And that appears to be able to happen tomorrow. Sooner I can get in, sooner I can get my house back on the market, the sooner I can get it sold, the sooner I can get my money, the sooner I can tie up loose ends, the sooner I can do this and do that, bada bing, bada boom. But what's really appealing to me now is just having a comfortable place finally after all these years of struggling and failing to make this home feel like a comfortable place to live. I've never been comfortable in this home. I've only just been curious. I remember when the water first went out. I was up like all night, like on the edge of my bed in the room that's behind this wall in the other room where I used to have my bedroom. And I just remember going, I got to figure this out. Man, having a property is stressful on one income. And that was like the start of this slow rolling progressive hellstorm that was my life, that was building and building. And then this broke and this failed and that was late. And then I would often, one of the things I did to really get myself in trouble as far as the mortgage goes, I would often pay the mortgage late on purpose because I would take what would be mortgage money and buy stuff for the property. One example is, one of many examples, I paid my mortgage late, took that money and rented an excavator to try to dig out the water line that would hopefully lead me to the well, to pull the well pipe up, not the big canister pipe, but the internal line, the water line in it, to try to replace the valve that's somewhere in the bottom of it. All that did was set me back financially, and I still didn't get my water fixed. Long story. I'll tell that story someday again because I already have a million times, but these stories get lost in all of these fucking uploads. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, no one gives a fuck. So, without further dicking around, the horse cockery needs to end for one night. It is time now to finally piss on this fire, pack up this camp, and head back to the bedroom where I get to sleep with my deer and my snowy tree, probably for the very last time ever in my life. Okay? So, that's it. I gotta go for now. I'll be back with you tomorrow. I will not leave you hanging, I don't think, unless I totally forget, but I don't think I'm going to leave you hanging. I think we will continue this story tomorrow morning, if not the very next day, but that would be wrong because, yes, I've had to wait a long time for this, but you have too. The ones that are actually checking this every morning or every day and making it a part of their daily routine, those people deserve to know what the fuck's happening next. So, I'm going to take my own advice and not be a douche and give you that tomorrow. As I see what happens, you will too. Do not be surprised if tomorrow we're still not in our fucking apartment because I can't seem to figure out how to fucking live. It's just a problem I have. So some people put shit on their social media that is fake. And they go, well, everything's great, but it's not. Or some people are like me and they go, fuck it. Anybody who knows me knows what's going on anyways, so why wouldn't I choose not to hide anything. There's plenty I want to hide. I want to hide 90% of what I tell you, but I choose not to because I've hid things from people before, and when I finally blurt it out, I can feel that weight off my shoulders. So I decided about 10 years ago or so to just be unapologetically me as fuck. And if anybody don't likes it, then they're more than welcome to sit down and have a little chat with me about it. And we'll grind it out. If not, then go fuck yourself, okay? That just means you weren't the person I need in my life anyways. You see what I mean? What's the point? Here's the point. Right there on the end of my finger. Up the butt with a coconut, bitch. So, with that said, see you tomorrow. I'll be back again tomorrow morning, bright and on the fresh, as usual. If you want to help me out, then fucking do it by sending this link or a link to another one of my videos, maybe one that doesn't eat ass, to all your dumb friends and all your dumb family, and let them know about my activism in and around Ohio, protecting our rights, standing up for our freedoms and the First Amendment. I go into post offices and I say, hey, fucking, you let me film in here, dude. You let me streak across this lobby naked as shit, because that's my right in America. All right, under Biden's presidency, dude. Biden, Obama, Trump care. All right, fucking Donald Clinton. All right, so eat one. And you need to let your friends know that I do that for you, and I risk getting arrested. I get arrested every day for you. Okay? What else? You can contact me directly if you want by firing off one of those crispy little emails to dougalownation@gmail.com. And one of these days, I might answer. I've actually used this house and not being in my new home yet as an excuse not to do a lot of things. I'm like, why would I do it now? When I'm struggling to live, I'll just wait until I have a comfortable place to live, and I can do that. By the way, that noise that I went and investigated earlier, that won't mean shit when I'm in my new apartment. That'll just mean that the neighbor is home, and that'll be great. I lived in an apartment, neighbors all around. My next door neighbors would slam their door, and I used to every time, right? But that was a small price to pay for what I got. The amenities, all the amenities included lifestyle. I was trying to write a book at the time, which has been on hold for 6 years, but I still got my box of notes for it. I'm going to make that happen, probably. And I was in this mode where I was working on what I really wanted to work on instead of like working on a property, a money pit ass property all day long. And I realized through 6 years of trial and error, it ain't for me, at least not right now, not at my current income level and my lack of resources at the moment. Yada, yada, yada. But when I first came out here from that apartment, the first couple nights I thought, it is super creepy that I'm the only one around. Now, it'll probably feel the opposite. Tomorrow night when I'm laying my head, probably, in my new home, I'll hear a noise. What was that? Oh, that's the neighbor on the other side of my bedroom wall. What the fuck was that? That's somebody who just slammed their front door. Okay. Oh, that's a siren. I used to hear those out of the old house. But now I hear them all the fucking time. But it'll be okay. It'll be weird at first, but I'll get used to it. But friends, I gotta go. Enough of me. Enough of you falling asleep listening to my bullshit. Don't worry, though. I'll be back with you again for what should be my very last morning in this house. Fingers crossed. And that will happen tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Like always, I'll be with you. 7 days a week, 7 a.m. You can always count on your boy. But until then, until that short time you see me, just know that, be like my mom. Reach out, insist that someone tell you what they need a lift with. I'm going to find someone to do that soon. I'm going to give it forward. And I want you to do that. I want you to say, hey, What's going on? What do you need help with? And be prepared to help them. Don't just ask them. Being prepared to say, yeah. Don't ask them unless you know in advance you will help them when they say they finally get around to admitting what they're needing help with. Maybe they need a ride somewhere. Maybe they need help putting a resume together. Maybe they need $20. Maybe they need a BJ. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know your situation. Okay, so quit yelling at me. I'm just saying, help somebody out. Okay. Basically, don't be a douche. See my deer? See my deer? See my deer? He's being a douche too.